Hi everybody, this is Barbara Kurtman at Animal Secrets on Wolf Driver's channel. Welcome to my show. It's nice to have you here. I hope everybody can hear me. So, I'm an animal communicator and I'm talking about animal communication today. So, chime in if you're here and I'd love to see your comments, and if I can help you with anything I will. And I hope you can hear me well. So, before I start, last week I mentioned on Thursday, for those of you who are here, I mentioned to you that I'm going to give out prizes today to two people. Hi, Emma Bostick. I'm going to give out prizes to two people who bring the most friends today. In other words, I'm going to give you a free reading on your dog, or even if you're a cat or something, whatever you want. Hello, Joshua Miller. Glad you're here again. I'm great. Hi, Martha. So the way it works is that you invite your friends and they post beneath you. I hope it can work. And after the show, I'm going to count up who brought the most friends. And then within the next couple weeks, I will be talking. I would like to ask you your permission. Hi, Judith. I would like to ask your permission to be able to put the channeling on the show. So within the next week or so, I'll do the channeling. And then, hi, Joshua from Detroit, Michigan. So welcome again. Hi, Kylie. So that's how I'm going to do it today. So bring your friends, because I'm giving out the prize of an animal communication reading. And I'm asking your permission to put it on the show within the next couple weeks, and I'll do the reading within the next week or so. Okay, so I'll tally up how many friends you brought at the end of the show. They have to say they came from you. Okay? Oh, okay, Kylie. Awesome. So you'll learn some new things today. That's great. I'm reading my notes because otherwise I'll forget something. So, also for those of you who do not receive a reading, I always give out complimentary, like, short readings, yeah? But only very short readings. Hi, Marshall. So, I'll give you that information really soon. So, I'm an animal communicator, and what does that mean for you? I really feel my specialty lies in the area of a combination of channeling. Hi, Emma. You're also new. Okay, are you new to the show, or are you new to animal communication? So I'm going to go on until I see you answer. So as I said, I'm an animal communicator, and I feel my specialty lies in the area of a combination of channeling and feeling into your pets and what your pets want to express to you, what your pets want you to know. And every situation is different, and each pet has something different to share with you. Each one of your dogs or cats will have something different to share with you. And they're all different, and we're so intricate, so there's so much to talk about, and there's so much that they'll tell me. Hi, Jylin. Welcome to the show. So, like, we're all different, like I said, so each of our pets are different. So I also say that my specialty is connecting you to your furry friends. So Lillian, you're new to animal communication. Okay, so you learned some things today, which will be great. And also help you understand your pets better and why your pets are here, because your pets have messages for you. And helping you hear the messages your pets have for you and what they have been longing for you to know for so long. So how to develop your innate abilities, which is telepathy, and much, much more. So I'm also planning on a complimentary webinar soon, which is on Saturday, August 20th, and it's at 1 p.m. But make sure you come to my show, because the show and the webinar are going to be two different things. The show, I'm going to teach you a lot of different things and tell you a lot of different things, but my complimentary webinar is where you can practice connecting with your pets. And one of the people on here, which is Britt Savage, gave me an idea, and I'm going to be doing that in a few weeks. So I love the idea. It's fantastic. So I'll see how I can incorporate it into my shows. And I'm so grateful to Bill that I can be here, because my passion is the animals, and I love the dogs. So I'm very thankful to William for allowing me on the show. So let me see what you're saying, Joshua. I used to be in a dog adoption agency where we used to help abandoned stray dogs find home. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh my God, that's so precious. That's so beautiful. It's so hard to go on when people do that. That's beautiful. So what I was saying is my complimentary webinar is how your pets have secrets that you need to know. By understanding them, you get clarity and answers, which helps you transform all areas of your life, which is something I spoke about last time. And I'll share secrets of animal telepathy also on the show and in my class, and how to get out of your own way. Because a lot of people think that they can't read animals, but everybody can. It is our innate ability. So Emma says, I fostered a dog. He was so scared of people except me. Probably because you gave him the security. And when you give your pets the security, and that's what our pets need. They need security. And when they have security, they feel more at ease and they feel relaxed. But if they were either hurt by other people or they don't get the security around other people, they're going to be scared, especially when they come from foster home. So let me see what Lillian says. I was a first foster mom. We trained the dogs on trusting. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow, that's lovely that you do that. Yeah, so more into the webinar. So how to alleviate your furry friends' problems and how to know when you need to stop the noise. Those are things that I'm going to do. And I'll not be able to do that in 40 minutes. That's actually a complimentary webinar. It's free, okay? So, and if you want to join, it's at animalsecrets.wix.com/animalsecrets. But make sure you come to this show, because I have a lot going on here too. So, like I said, that's a complimentary webinar to practice. animalsecrets.wix.com, Animal Secrets. So there are a few things I really want to talk about today. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. Could the reason that my dogs don't always listen to me? What do you mean, could the reason that my dogs don't always listen to me? What do you mean by that, Cindy? Be more expressive with that, so that I can see what I can pick up there. So some of the things I want to talk about today is Bill was mentioning me the other day when he was out with his huskies. And please watch his shows, because he does them live, and he takes his huskies out, and it's so amazing, yeah? So if you haven't watched him live, please watch him. And I'm going to mention my other colleagues who are on the show. Bill has a lot of different people who also do great stuff like dog training and some great people, and Britt Savage does the news, and I'll get into that later on because they're awesome. I love listening to them. His other owners were going to put him down because he bit another dog because the other dog was annoying him. Okay. Yeah, see, that happens a lot because people think, and now you're reminding me of another story. People think that, and I guess I might as well chime in there and tell you that right now, is that people think that, well, I'll tell you about a husky that was locked up. And somebody came to me one day and says, my husky wants to bite my brother. And the reason, and he actually snapped at the brother. And it turns out that the husky was locked up and caged up. And then, of course, and she said, my husky's such a bad dog. No, her husky wasn't a bad dog at all. I hate to say it, but there are bad owners, you know. It's that people need to learn to understand if you're locking up a husky that needs to run around. And that gets me mad, I have to say, when I'm thinking about it again, because I had a husky, and this is what he looked like, yeah. And huskies need to run. And if you're going to lock up a husky, especially a husky, of course he's going to bite. And if her brother was coming up behind him, of course he's going to have a panic attack. Any person where somebody comes up behind them has a panic attack. That's a normal thing. I know that because I've experienced a lot of people that have been with panic attacks. And if people come up behind anybody, you would get nervous. So that's a normal thing. That's like when if you're going to come up behind an animal, and usually they hear you anyway, but of course he's going to snap if he's not going to do something, if he's not going to be in sync and he's locked up the whole time. Huskies need to run. So let me see what Emma is saying, because you see I get very passionate. I guess I'm not getting into what I was going to talk about today. So, but this is the show to interact with one another, okay? So what I don't get to today, I'll get to next time. I have so much to talk about. So they let him go, and if he came back, they would put him down. Wow. Wow. But see, they don't just do that. They do that because of the owners that they're with. It's the owners that they're with, yeah? I mean, that's it. Hi, Dawn. Hi, welcome, Lillian, again. Hi, Lynn Tate. So, I was mentioning what Bill's... Wait a minute, let me see what Emma's saying. I have a husky. Yes, I agree with you. They need to run. Me and my dad run him with a four-wheeler in a field. Yeah, exactly. Huskies really need to run. And when they run in... And Bill shows this all the time on this site. And thank you, Emma. And if they don't run... Of course they're going to get upset, and if they're caged, then they're going to bite. And so I try to express to her, you can't lock your husky in. How you can't. And so sometimes it's really hard because I'm an animal communicator. And you have to understand that I get very passionate. I'm very passionate about the animals. Oh my God. Yeah, that's beautiful, Emma. And I am very passionate about the animals. And I want people to understand the animals better and what they're trying to express to them. That's my whole purpose, yeah? And I'm very passionate about that. And I want people to understand that you have to understand that your pets are speaking to you all the time. They're always talking to you. And they're always trying to tell you things. And so I was going to mention Bill again, getting back to it. And he was talking about how he's a proponent of what I'm talking about because I was listening to him because I love watching his shows and I love watching everybody else's shows on here because they're all amazing. And so, and he was saying that he does martial arts. So he really resonates that I speak about understanding, the fur babies, and so because it is in a way a spiritual thing, but it's not in a way because, it is and it's not because we all have that innate ability. And I talk with my hands a lot. I said that last time. So let me see what Joshua was saying. So when I was younger, I had a beautiful yellow border collie named Tiny. That's cute. Sadly, she passed away a couple years ago. Oh, I understand you, Joshua, because I put down my cat a year ago, so I understand. And I had to lose my husky, too, and I'm going to talk about that today if I get to it. So today I want to talk more about animal communication and the different ways people pick up messages, if I get to it. And if not, next time. There's always more time. I'm going to be here again. And I hope you all come. And I love you being here, and I love you connecting with me. So it's really nice that you're connecting with me. I love it. So this is all about connecting with one another. So I'm also going to see if I can answer, like I said, any of your questions. And I'm going to talk about my experience with my husky and how my situation of my cat reminded me so much of my husky situation. And as well as an interesting story I found on Facebook, if I get to it. So if not, next week, not on Thursday, because I'm here on Thursday at 7 p.m. 2 Eastern. So on Sunday, I was really emotional, and I was actually crying. And I kept wondering, why am I crying? And the reason why I was crying, because I kept rereading newsletters that I was making, that I made a year ago, and that I was making. And I was writing these newsletters because when anybody signs up into my complimentary webinar, I wanted people to have, firsthand experience about me. And I was reminded of a story of my husky, this is a true story, and of my cat Miracles. And last year, right at this time, as I was saying, I put down my cat Miracles, and it was really heart-wrenching to me. And her getting sick happened it happened really fast and out of the blue. And I have to admit, I really didn't want to do animal communication for a long time again. I really had months that I just didn't do anything anymore because I just couldn't, yeah? But a month before it all happened, and it happened really quick, so it even took me by surprise. Because she was always healthy, yeah? So I relate to you, Joshua. I relate to you really well, But a month before, she had an operation with her tooth. And, I don't know about you guys, if you can relate to this. See, but she had to get a sedative in order to get the operation with her tooth. And I get really nervous when my pets get a sedative because my husky died under a sedative. And it reminded me last week. Can any of you relate to that? Whenever you have to bring in your dogs and they say they got to have a sedative, can you relate to that? Because I get personally really nervous. That really scares me every time, yeah? Even though I'm an animal communicator. Cat and dog love each other. Oh, that's so sweet. That's what I had with my husky. They used to love each other too. I'm going to show you a picture now that you're mentioning that. They were always near each other. But they're both gone now, unfortunately, in the other world. They're never gone. So let me just say, when I was younger, my cat and dog love each other. Oh, poor baby. Yeah, and so she had to go through, my cat had to have a sedative. And it reminded me so much of my dog and him having the sedative because he died under it, yeah? So my husky had to get his tonsils taken out. And before that all happened, my ex-husband, he kept saying, and I named him Husky, by the way. Husky, and he got the name Husky. At that time I didn't communicate with animals. Thank you, Emma. So at that time, my ex-husband kept saying, you know what, we should put Husky in the country. And because we live in a city, I live in a city now, and he said, it'd be much better for Husky. Let's put him in the country. And he kept saying it, yeah? He'd be much better off. He's got the mountains there. Of course, he took him for a lot of walks, yeah? But he said he can run around, and it's probably much better for him. And he kept saying it. And I said, look, Husky doesn't want to leave. Husky wants to be with us. I said, stop saying it, because you're going to create that something bad is going to happen to Husky, and he's going to pass on us. And you're creating it with your words. And these are some of the things I train, yeah? And I said, you're creating it with your words. I said, stop saying it. You know better. And I said, Husky's listening. He hears it. He's smart. All pets are smart. All dogs are smart. All pets are smart. They're really smart. People, sometimes people don't even realize how smart they are. They know everything. It's amazing what they know. They know things that we don't know. And so I said, stop saying it. And he kept saying it. And I said, Husky doesn't want to leave us. He wants to be with us. He loves us. And we love him. And lo and behold, and I want to tell you, I believe strongly in the power of words. So I know the power of words can create our outcome and our reality. And I've experienced more than enough time. So, lo and behold, Husky ended up having to get his tonsils taken out, and he was at the vet. And the vet ended up giving him a sedative, and he passed right on the spot. And I wasn't home that day. I was working, and I freaked out. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? And I've been taught, you can reincarnate pets, but I couldn't do it. And I was my ex was really mad at the vet. And I said, and my feeling about Husky was that he wanted to leave because he kept hearing, you're giving me away, you're giving me away, you're giving me away. Why are you giving me away? Yeah, we were. Trust me. I was so upset. And I'm getting emotional now because it takes me back to that time. We were both devastated. So, and I don't believe it was the vet's fault. I mean, I don't know why she didn't give him a sedative to bring him back. I don't know. Normally you can do that. But what I was going to say is I believe in the power of words. But that's for another show, the power of words, yeah? So, I was so upset, Janice. We both were, yeah? And he knew better, my ex. He knew better not to say those things, yeah? So I believe it wasn't the vet's fault. I believe that it was our own fault or his fault that he kept saying it. Kept saying, we're going to give him away. We're going to give him away because he's much better in the country. I said, stop saying that because you don't want to give him away anyway. You know you love him. He was his child and he was my child. He was our unborn children because we both never had children. So, but Husky, felt like we were going to give him away and he didn't want to leave. So that was, I guess, his way out. So that brings me back to my cat Miracles, and she was in for an operation with her tooth, and like I said, I don't like sedatives. And when she was getting a sedative last year, I got really upset. I was like, not a sedative, of all things. And can any of you relate to that, like I was asking you before? I don't know how scared you guys are of sedatives, but you can understand when my Husky died underneath one, even though I felt he was going because of what my ex said, he still died through a sedative in a way, if you know what I mean. And so I'm very nervous when it comes to sedatives. And so every time a pet of mine has to be under a sedative, I really have to concentrate on releasing my own stress. And I'm also a stress management coach, and I know what stress is because I'd been burned out for years. And even with all that knowledge, I got wrapped up in the rat race and changes of life. And I'm still recouping even. So I know how to train it, and I know how vital it is to release emotional turmoil and stress and tension. Because when my cat Miracles was in for her operation, when she broke her tooth, it made me nervous because I was reminded of Husky, and even when I was neutering my little kitten this year. So what I did is I did a lot of relaxation exercises and really was releasing and relaxing and just releasing my stress and my tension. And I'm a profi at that, and I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm really good at that. And yeah, and I'll give my website out for that, and because I do complimentary sessions on that. And so when Miracles was having that operation, I was just releasing my stress and just focusing that being in peace, that everything is okay, she's fine, and she got through it, and she's okay, and everything's fine. Because I always get reminded of Husky. I always get reminded of what happened to Husky. It always shakes me up, yeah? Because I had that experience, and that's a tough experience because my fur babies mean the world to me, yeah? So that's a tough experience for me. So as I was saying in the beginning, I was writing these newsletters on Sunday, and I got very emotional rereading Husky and Miracles. By the way, Miracles came through. She was fine. I had the vet call me right away. And when my kitten was operated this year for being neutered, I was nervous again. I cried that day. I was like, what's wrong with me? He's only going in to be neutered. But I get nervous with the sedatives, and I really had to focus then too. And he was fine, but I always get nervous with him. So, as I was saying, I was writing those newsletters, and yeah, later on, like I said, Miracles had something on her foot, and then the vets gave her some meds, and then she had epileptic attacks. And I'm still mad at them today because then she passed, yeah? They kind of like these epileptic attacks, and yeah, and then I had to put her down. So it was really tough. So as I was writing these newsletters on Sunday, because I'm sharing them when people sign up for the webinar, different things about my pets, I got really emotional, I have to admit. And like I said, I was crying, so that's why I was emotional. And because of the sedative. So as I said, I'm very passionate about the animals, and they mean the world to me. And my pets have been here for me more than anybody has ever been here for me in my life. I've had really dark nights of the soul, and my pets were the ones who consoled me. My dog, my cats, and my rabbits. I have had rabbits. And, yeah, and I really believe, my pets, I really believe that the power of words and our feelings, our actions, our behaviors are so important, and it's so important for us to be very, very careful how we are, how we react, how we feel, and everything that we're about, yeah? Because that creates the reality of our pets. So if we're relaxed, then our pets are more relaxed. If we're happy, our pets are happy. And Carol Grace was talking about happiness the other day, and I really loved her show because she was saying how laughter is so important. And it is, because if you're laughing, and I'm not trying to take in her show, but it was so good, I'm just trying to make a point, that if you're laughing, your dog will have a happier and healthier life. And so that's really important, what we emanate, because it goes out to our pets. So I want to share a story that came to me on Facebook the other day, and it's a story of a guy that took a rescue dog, and it really touched me deeply too. And if I get to animal communication today, more of it, but I'm in it with what I'm expressing, I'll speak more about it the next time, if not today. Time goes by so fast. Anyway, this guy, in 2010, he was really heavy and really obese, and the doctors wrote him off. He had high cholesterol and everything, and they said that he's going to die. And they said that he was a ticking time bomb. And, well, I can't remember who it was. I'd have to look at the story again. I posted it on my page. and they said that somebody told him to get a rescue dog. And so he looked, and he got this rescue dog. And this rescue dog, he looked at him, and he wanted kind of a heavier rescue dog. And he looked at this rescue dog, and he said, "You're it." And that rescue dog and him, they saved each other's lives. It really touched me deeply seeing this video, and I had to share it because it's really like how you could change your life so much and a pet's life so much. And this pet and him became, this dog and him, they became so close, yeah? They became really close, and this dog changed his life, and he changed the dog's life because he ended up running with the dog, walking with the dog, and then running with the dog when he was slimmer. And 6 years later, down the line, it's 2016, he said he's a healthy man. And unfortunately, in between, he had to lose that dog. That dog became his best friend because he said that he didn't hang out with his friends anymore when he was heavy because he felt that he was so embarrassed, yeah? And the doctors, he lived, and he really lived 6 years down the line. Unfortunately, he lost his dog years later, and it was his best friend, and it was his only friend, and I can relate to that. I don't know if any of you can. Can any of you relate to that, like where your dog becomes your best friend? And like I said, I can relate to that. And if you can relate to it, just say yes or whatever. And I really cried with this video because it was like, it really touched me. And anyway, like I said, his dog passed, and he ended up getting another shelter dog. And like I said, they saved each other's lives. You can, Emma, huh? Yeah. I mean, they really, when you connect, you connect. I mean, it's amazing, yeah. And so, yeah, so this guy took another dog, but of course he was really heartbroken that he lost that dog because that dog saved his life, and he saved the dog's life. And I have so many stories, so many channelings and stories to tell you that I'll share in the other shows. Anyway, I always say it's so amazing what animals do for us. It's above and beyond. And you can too, Charla. Thank you for sharing. And unless a person really loves their pets like we do or has a connection to a pet like us, while they will never understand the bond we have and how much they give us and how much they give us our lives. And I think I mentioned it last week how much my cat had given up a lot of her life, and I almost lost her, for me to learn big lessons. And yeah, I already spoke about this guy, so moving on with my notes. So like I said, I have a lot more husky stories or dog stories, and they'll come up. And yeah, like I said, you can always get in contact with me at animalsecrets.wix.com/animalsecrets and on my page. So I got a few more minutes, so I want to talk about what auditive means. Last time I was talking about animal communication, or one of my shows, I think it was last one, and how I hear sounds and how there's different ways of communicating with our pets. So some people connect through hearing sounds when they're connecting to their pets. And some people connect with visual, like they'll see things. They'll be able to see pictures and visuals. So when you know how you connect to hear a pet, then it's easier to do actually animal communication. And I say everybody can read animals because it's everybody's innate ability. And I was mentioning auditive last time, but I'm also very kinesthetic. And what does kinesthetic mean? So kinesthetic means like you're feeling and you're touching, or if you're happy or sad, or you can feel whether a pet is healthy or sick. And you can ask your pets questions. And like I said, if you know how you connect, if I know how you connect, then I can connect you better to your pets and what they're trying to tell you. And there's so much deepness and so much you can learn from your pets. It's amazing when you connect that way. And as I said, another way is visual. And your pets show different things. Like, I don't know whether I mentioned this last time on the show or not. I'll have to re-listen. But like, they show me so many different things. So I know a lot about the people that I channel. So like let's say a pet parent loves to play golf or sing or swim. They can show me pictures of swimming, or them swimming, or that they love to swim. Because pets tell us as animal communicators a lot of different things and show us a lot of different things. And I can't believe my time is up. But I'm here again on Thursday. I hope you invited your friends, because I'm gonna check and see who has the most friends. And if not, I'll do it on Thursday. Whoever invites the most friends. And I'll see if they say they came from you, and I'll channel them, and one or two people. And like I said, the only thing is I'd like to have it on the show. So I'll be here again on Thursday at 7 p.m. And I want to thank Bill. Oh, you're so sweet, Joshua. Oh, we'll come back again on Thursday. And like I said, you can get a hold of me at animalsecrets.wix.com. Animal Secrets, but I'm here on Thursday at 7 p.m. And yeah, and check out the other people on the show here, because Bill is fantastic. I mean, Bill is amazing. But also check out the other people he has on the shows. He has Britt Savage, and she's amazing, and she had a chicken on last time, and she does Wolf Driver News. And then there's Carol, and Carol talks about a lot of great stuff like laughter, and she has a book of paw prints. And then there's Dean, and he's a dog counselor, and he's amazing. You gotta listen to him as well. And then, and I love to listen to all their shows because they're all amazing. And then there's Joe and Joseph Falcone, who's a friend of mine, and he's a dog trainer, and you can learn a lot from him too. I mean, they're all amazing, and you'll learn so much from everybody. And just Bill alone, he teaches so much about the Huskies, and he's great. And this is his site, Wolf Driver. And I'm Barbara Kurtman, the animal communicator from Animal Secrets. And thank you, Bill, for letting me be here. And thank you, everybody, for sharing. Bring your friends next time. I'm going to check and see who brought their friends, and we'll talk more about animal communication. So see you next time.